I'm going to show you here in the hen house gathering the eggs, and getting quite a few eggs this morning. And I use these little golf balls for nest eggs, and it looks like this one, the nest egg got knocked out. Something's happened to it. Sometimes in the spring I'll have a snake get in here and will actually swallow the nest eggs. And you can see I get different colors of eggs, green, and I prefer the brown colored. Green is great too, and I don't think one tastes any better than the other, but that's just my opinion. But I get several green eggs, and people, when you give away eggs, what we do with our extras, we give them away. We have a table set up at our church, and if you have produce and stuff, you can just bring it and drop it off. Some of my nest need to be, looks like a chicken's been roosting in this one, and I don't like them to get that way. You can actually raise these little arms up at night if you came out here and did it, and that little hen kind of spooked me there. Alrighty, anyway, I put these nest eggs in each one. In this one, they've kind of got in there. Didn't look like there was any eggs in this nest, and they've kind of scratched around in it and covered the eggs up. But yesterday I did not gather the eggs, and the reason I come out here to feed and I didn't bring a can with me, and it was kind of cold and nasty, and this here is a duck egg, and I've got a duck hen that's coming in here and trying to lay with the chickens, and it scraped these the nesting material out of that there for some reason. So I'll have to fix it so that little duck will have to go over outside to the duck house. But anyway, I'm getting quite a few eggs today. Like I say, I didn't gather them yesterday. I come out here, didn't have anything. It was really nasty weather, and I thought, well, I'll just wait till Monday morning. On Sundays I just feed and do the bare necessities, but I do gather the eggs on Sunday. It's not against my religion to gather the eggs, but anyway, some folks it might be, but I don't mind gathering them. I just didn't, so I've gotten a double harvest today of eggs. Well, we take them down to our church, put them in, people bring us their egg cartons, and we when they're through, because it's hard to keep up with enough cartons, and we put them on a table. But other people in the church, if they have produce or anything and they want to get rid of it, they just bring it down and set it on that table. So we it kind of works out good. You kind of trade out amongst one another. Sometimes a neighbor will stop by here and want a dozen eggs. We don't sell them, but I could sell them and get some good money out of them, but we don't worry about that. My wife washes them up, and we eat probably a half a dozen eggs a day on average. And some might think that's a lot of eggs, but we got them here, and our farm's producing them. I'm going to eat them, and I love them. But anyway, our little hen, Vivi, she's come in here and got up on the roost in the middle of the morning, and up here taking it easy. I think these hens are saying, get out of here so we can go lay an egg, or else they've already laid and just taking it easy for the day. So I'm going to get out of here. Just thought I'd show you a little bit about gathering the eggs in the old hen house. Well, I'm out here today feeding the rabbits, and I keep my feed in a barrel here, corn. I try to buy a bunch. My corn barrel is getting awfully low here. Looks like I'm going to have to get some more corn this week. I have been keeping my chickens locked up a little longer during the winter months. Sometimes I don't let them out at all. I didn't let them out at all yesterday. I'm going to let them out this morning here, and they're eager to get out here. They eat the bugs, and we don't have a whole lot of bug problem when they're out here. But do a little quick video here and show you a few of our chickens here on the homestead. These little black and white speckledy hens here, those are silver lace Wyandottes. And then these that are gray and white striped are the bald rock hens. Then I have a Rhode Island red hen there. And this hen here is one that I've raised out of my stuff and just crossed up. This little hen here, we call her Vivi. The one with the little ear fluffs there. She is a special little hen, and we kept her quite a while. And she comes up on the porch with us, and we feed her special during the summer months. But we call her Vivi. She lays a big old green egg, and she's never set. I hear that breed does not set on their eggs, but I got some in there. Can't figure out where they need to go to. Throw out some feed back out here. There's a little white hen that I raised here. She just cropped out white. Some of these I've raised, some I've bought. The silver lace Wyandottes I bought from a tractor store, and them little barred rocks I bought, and the others. Here's a black one that was one that we raised here, and she turned out. I see a breed that looks like these black ones that have kind of a gold on her neck, and she's got a little bit of gold on her neck, but she just come out that way with out of the eggs. It's neat when you hatch your own babies and how they turn out. There's one of our big roosters there, and I like the rose cone roosters. You can notice this little old rooster has got just a regular single blade comb. I have a rooster here. If he'll come around here in a second, I'll show you. But I like the rose cone features. There's one of our old guineas there, and I like guineas. That there's a hen we raised, and see that gold on her neck come out that way. There's a breed that's like that. But anyway, this hen here last year, she sat on her own and raised a bunch of babies, and there's a good little mama. This little hen here, was one I raised, and she's a good little mama too. It seems like the crossbred ones will set and do better. Here's another one of the Rhode Island reds. There's a Rhode Island red. That little hen there is getting kind of old, but most of them are still laying even though they're getting older. This little hen here we call Vivi, the Americana hen that lays the green eggs, and for a while she laid the double yolked eggs. She's still laying eggs, and she's at least this will be her third season to lay, and she's doing a wonderful job. I bought her too, bought like 6 of them 3 or 4 years ago, and she's the only one still surviving. But we've got some that are crossed out of her, that are out of her eggs, and they'll actually set. But the Americanas that I've ever had never do set. I think it's important that chickens set if you're doing a homestead, because if you lost electricity and things wouldn't work, you need a variety that would set and hatch the eggs. I may do another video sometime on the guineas, but just showing you a little bit about the chickens. They're glad to be out today and getting to roam around the homestead. Their water got knocked over. We had some storms, and I've got a little door here I can close off when they go in the hen house at night, and I can close these fences off. And I like the little barred rock hens. There's one, two. I also keep another little trough of water in here just for extra water, and it looks like they must have really drank on that yesterday because their water got blown over. Here's a rooster with a rose cone, and what I call them type cone. It seems like the rose cone chickens will lay better in cold weather than the single cones. And I don't care for the leghorn type chickens and those with the single cone. I like these. This one's really got a funny looking rose cone. The little silver lace Wyandottes, they have a rose cone, and they're kind of a pea cone, rose cone, and I really like them. I had a little silver lace Wyandotte rooster. I got 6 of the silver lace Wyandottes, and one of them they're supposed to all be pullets, and one of them turned out to be a rooster. And I don't see him right here handy this morning, but he's around here somewhere. In fact, I think that's him right there. And he's got a funny looking rose cone type deal, and that's him running right there. But I think I ended up with 6 or 7 of the little pullets, and one of them turned out to be a rooster that I bought last year. And these have just started laying. They kind of lay in a little egg, these little silver lace Wyandottes. But I think they're cute, and I like to have different colors on the farm. I've thought about locking the silver lace Wyandottes up with that big silver lace Wyandotte rooster I got, and have some purebred eggs. This old rooster here is one I raised last year, and he is a big dude, and we had thought about butchering him and just never did get around to it. And he's got a pretty rose cone, if you can see that. But he's out of the barred rocks and just a cross of different things here on the farm, and he has made a big rooster, and I think we're just going to let him stay around here. I like the bigger sized chickens. If you raise silver lace Wyandottes, and maybe you have, but have you noticed that it seems like the silver lace Wyandottes are smaller than they used to be? When I was a kid, it seemed like silver lace Wyandottes was a big chicken, and these seem to be kind of small here nowadays compared to what they were when I was a kid. So if you've experienced that, or you dealt with silver lace Wyandottes and you think they're a different size, why let me know. Put a comment to this video, but it seems like the silver laced Wyandottes are a little smaller than they used to be, and I like a bigger sized chicken, because with ours we also eat them besides letting them lay eggs. And I really like these little barred rock hens, and they'll actually set, and it's kind of neat to see them set and hatch babies. I had one last year hid out in the woods over here, and I went at night and got her and brought her in here, and she's done very good here. She's I brought her in, and she raised her little babies. I set her, moved her at night, and like I showed you a video of moving a hen at night, I did that, brought her eggs in and let her finish. She hatched off a big bunch. One of these, I don't know if it's this one, I can't. The barred rocks all look so close together, it's kind of hard to tell one from the other. But there's another little barred rock. I've noticed if you have a barred rock rooster, most of the offspring will turn out to be like the barred rocks. And when they're born, they'll be black and have a little white dot in the top of their head, and all the offspring tends to be that way too. Anyway, just a little update on the chickens here. I hope you're having a wonderful day. God bless you. Thanks for watching.